Hi everybody, Mark here, Rapid Response, and today we got a transit van, and this is a little different because it's actually mine. So you're probably wondering why I have a grocery getter, but it's a pretty cool grocery getter. It has lights on it, right? No, actually, what I do for a hobby is I volunteer with search and rescue. I'm currently the chief right now, and me and my fiance have some canines that we work all the time. So it's 100% volunteer. And it's just a fun thing that we like to do. We've been doing it for several years now. So I'm going to go over this van that my shop built for us. We're going to start here at the front. We got wheel microns in the front. They're on a stud mount, so they mount it real nice. Those grills can be a little difficult to mount lighting in. So we mounted up 2 RITs up top, 2 lights down below. Works real well. Right now we're on slider position 3. So we have our white flashing in it. Keep in mind, we don't want to go absolutely crazy with lighting on this. Again, it's a volunteer service that we do. So we're dispatched through the county 911 center actually. And we have a great group of people on our team as well. So we didn't go crazy with this, but nice, adequate lighting package. So we have some wheel and lights up there up top. And looks like somebody's calling me here from the showroom. Nope. It looks like it's just Jeff. So not really that important. So we're just gonna hang up the phone. And then, sorry Jeff. We got some Whelen ions up there, the Spitfire versions. They're mounted on a custom bracket that goes up in the headliner, so it holds them real nice and tight. I don't get any glare back on the windshield at all in this. It works really nice because of that. And we have some Lindsay's here on the side, the V series with the puddle light. The puddle light is on and parked because we have Whelen carbide on this. So we have activation through OBD2 to give us some activation wires. This works really nice. It gives us some extra side lighting here on the side, and believe it or not, it actually does scoop a little bit underneath this mirror. When you stand back farther, you can see it. And we get some extra intersection here, because I didn't want any other lighting mounted in the fenders or anything, so I put it on this plastic piece instead. As we move along the side of the vehicle, we have Whelen Duo ions down there in the bottom. They're red whites. They also go to a scene light as well, and they flash just red in slider position 2. We have a single color Whelen ion up here in the back, just so we have some upper level warning here in the back. Again, I could have put probably 15 of them down the sides, but we didn't want to get overly ridiculous with this. So now in the back, this is obviously worst case scenario. We got this bright sunlight up top there, so this is obviously worst case scenario as far as lighting goes for output. We're not doing these videos in a garage, you know, oh, the lighting is so bright. We're doing it out in the bright sunlight. So here in the back we mounted 2 on each side Whelen ions. We feel that they punch through the tint much better, and they have more diodes than like if you use a Dominator stick light. So that's why we opted to go to that version. Down here in the bottom, these are trios actually. These are red amber trios. So we get reverse lights. We get a rear work light out of that as well. And we get some other function as well where we can just flash red or just flash amber depending what we're on, what jurisdiction we're in, and if we're out of state or not, whether we can use red lights or not. So we have different variations of colors that we can use there. We're always safe using amber generally. And we have a pair of Whelen Vertexes here in the back as well. Inside the vehicle, I went to our fabrication department. I probably should note here quick too, we were worried about when these doors are open, especially at nighttime, these can swing out into traffic, and they can go around the back side. So we installed some LED lighting in here, which is door activated on the OBD2 port. So we have 2 lights on each side, because like I said, these doors can swing back around, and that way there's lighting in those doors. Yes, we could make them flash. Yes, we could do all kinds of stuff. We wanted just simple, easy, effective, solid lights, so it's not blinding people when we're on a call at nighttime. The rear box we made in-house. Me and my fiance actually made it because we're so busy I couldn't have the other guys make it. So Push a button down, pull it out. It has all our canine gear in it. So this is her side. I'm hoping my side is just as organized. Not too bad. This is my side. I have my Garmin GPS collars in here. By the way, we're a Garmin dealer. Little note in there for Garmin. We have our books, rain gear, portable printers, LED collars for the dogs at nighttime, leashes, harnesses, bug sprays. And then on her side, she does a lot of HRD work. So she has rewards for HRD. I promise there's no body parts laying in here. Those are in our freezer. And then harnesses that we use and things like that when we're out on the call. Our fabrication department then, after we made this box, our fabrication department made the aluminum boxes here on top. And for our purpose, we put that antenna down in there. We put locks on this as well. So if we are away from the vehicle, we can lock the doors so we don't have to worry about somebody taking one of our dogs, because believe it or not, that does happen, as weird as what that would be, but it does. And then on the inside, we have some beds. This is all made out of aluminum expanded metal. The reason why we did it this way was we wanted to keep the weight down. Our dogs don't bite at the cages. They don't go crazy on the cages. We don't have to worry about pans for peeing or anything like that because of what type of dog they are. We have one cage here on either side, and then little water bowls in here for them too. Also on the inside, we have a cage light, which that cage light can be also turned on up front in the center console, which I'll show you here in a minute. There's a rear work light here as well. This is really nice. It shines down. This is from Hella. Shines down on the boxes here. And then if we want to, we can forcefully turn that light off. Otherwise, it'll just come on with the door opens, but we can turn that off by flipping the switch down. So now I'm going to go up front. I'm going to show you some console work, show you some light patterns, and that'll be it. Okay, so we're inside the van. We have a Havis, nice Havis large console, made and sitting on a plate that is made for the transit van. So this thing is extremely solid. We could easily mount a computer off of this, etc., whatever we want to do. We have the Whelen button controller up front here. And the reason I did the buttons versus the turn knob on this unit is because I wanted a lot of buttons. Okay, so I needed more buttons. We have a little console pocket. We have a little UHF, VHF radio. Mainly this is just used when we're driving to the call, that we can talk back and forth between each other. We have a little voltmeter here, which is really important to me. USB outlets here as well. And then we have a 1 hour ignition timer, and then we can go off and we can go forcefully on. So why we do that is because everyday driving, just driving the vehicle around, going to trainings, we just let it sit on the 1 hour ignition. It works really well for that. You don't ever have a dead battery, turns all the equipment off. But if we were in a call and I wanted to let maybe like 2 of the ambers flash in the rear on, and I don't ever want them to go off, basically until the battery would go dead, I can forcefully switch this on and make it go on. We have a center console lid here, lockable. So if we ever have to put anything in there and actually lock it, we can do that. Portable radio charger mounted here over on the side. Keep in mind the e-brake's down here on the side, so this console is set that way a little bit, so I don't feel this charger digging me in the leg or anything like that. And then a simple dash cam up top as well, something I put in many vehicles like this. So I'm going to go over some function with you, and that way you can see kind of all the kind of stuff that we did to it and different functions. Okay, so this is slider position 3. Here's slider position 2. Slider position 1 is just going to be the rear. Okay, I have a button that does steady red, so that's going to be steady red. We're going to have some steady red up front, steady red around the bottom, and people are probably wondering, like, why do you want steady red? And actually, when we go into a scene of a search call, the last thing we want is flashing warning lights within our hot area. And our hot area can be 3, 4, 5 mile radius. It can be pretty large. So, but we also want the incoming people to know that we're responder, we're emergency, and we're coming into assist. So we have the steady red function that allows us to do that. And that's why we use steady red. I have a button that does rear flash, but it's a double button. So I'm going to push it once, which is my rear bumper right now. I'll show you in a minute. And I do it again, and it's going to activate my lights up here on the side, just in a single slow flash. Very simple. Push that again and turn it off. I do have a low power button as well. I have a button called flash, which what that does is it single flashes my light modules. So if I want like a low level warning the whole way around, but nothing crazy like in a slider 2 or 3, I can push that. And then I have my scene lights, left scene, rear scene, and right scene. So as you go around the back of the vehicle, I'm going to reactivate some lights here again. Go back on slider position 3. So we're at the back of the vehicle. You're going to be able to see a little bit other function. So we're going to have brake light function. It's going to have some reverse light function. I'll show you what rear flash looks like back there in just red. Here's my amber flash in the rear. So like I said, depending where we're going, or if it's not an emergency or anything like that, we'll use our amber flash mode. Works really well for that. We have amber slow, which is just a single blink, back and forth. And then we have a rear scene button as well. Okay, so that kind of wraps up some of the function. We obviously have our siren controls as well too. So that wraps up the grocery getter, if you want to call it that, or canine vehicle. The 2 cages in the back, there's actually another one that sits sideways because we have 3 canines. There's another one that sits sideways, and that canine actually comes out the slider door. And it actually allows us to have 2 seats in it as well, 2 bench seats. So not only can we haul 3 canines, but we can take a total of 7 people, including the driver, to a call as well. So thank you, Whelen, for the lighting. Thank you, Havis. Definitely want to give them a shout out as well. Fantastic product. We're using them for many years here at Rapid Response, and the quality is superb. The pricing is great because we sell so much of it, and we're just happy that we're able to give this type of service back to our community. And I'm happy that my shop can build something like this and show all our YouTube viewers something a little different than your everyday Interceptor or your everyday pickup truck, and get to show you a transit van. So again, thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed some function. Nothing crazy, but a nice layout. Have a great day, everybody.